Yeah, Maheshji, go ahead.
Namaste, Jagamarji. My question is, when you say adrishta balam, it also things like something we were not aware of, like unknown at that point of time, which was not seen or not foreseen. Adrishtam from that, drishtam, adrishtam, seen and unseen, or not foreseen. Is that
Yeah, so something happened which was not foreseen, you're talking about, correct?
yeah,
In hindsight, it was not foreseen, correct?
correct.
That's what you mean. Yeah, something happened, unexpected consequences of your actions, right?
Yeah,
Something like
nothing to do with the papa, punya, and all that.
that. Right.
But what I'm saying is, is
Yeah.
that also, or not? Is that called
No.
adrishtabalam or something else?
So, no, we don't use that. We don't use the word adrishtam for that. That is drishtam. It has become drishtam. But you are now able to connect between what you did and the outcome. You're able to connect. Oh, this is what happened. I wish I had done it differently. If you are able
Yeah,
to
exactly.
if you are able to say that, that means you're able to connect your actions to what happened, the unforeseen things that happened. You're able to connect. If you're able to connect, then this is drishtam. If you are not able to connect, then only it becomes adrishtam. I'll give you an example. The adrishtam refers to your ability to connect the cause and effect. That is really what it is. Okay. When we say there is a result I got by doing all these actions, I got some punyam. So punyam got, I accrued, punyam accrued to my account. All right, adrishtam. Correct. Adrishtam means what accrued and all, I don't know. I will know only later. So suppose you say, my God, you went with an accident, but fortunately you lost with just one broken bone. If somebody says, fortunately means what? Hey, that means it could have been worse, and something protected you from what could have been a worse accident, and that something is the cash adrishta that I had in my account. I invoke that punyam at that time. I invoke that punyam. But how I got that punyam that helped me in this accident, I don't know. I don't know. That is why it continues to be adrishtam. That's why we say adrishtam. Appa, this is adrishtam. Or you got this kind of a child who is a prodigy, adrishtam. No connection, because you can't make the connection. Who did this? How did this child gain all this? Nobody knows. But it is adrishtam. The minute you say no, unforeseen, because of this only, this wrong thing happened. If you say, then it is drishtam. Then it is
After
drishtam.
the fact.
Ama,
After
it
the
is correct. Because you are now attributing it to yourself or some other person or whatever. You're attributing the outcome to a cause or a set of causes. So that becomes drishtam. It becomes drishtam. If you can conceptualize it, it becomes drishtam.
Even though it could be after the fact.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, we say it is after the fact, but there is a process. It has gone through the process. It has gone through the. It is not like it is two disconnected entities. It can't be gone through the process. Gone through the process. Then after the fact.
I'm talking about the example you gave about somebody meet with an accident or something. That was unforeseen, so to speak. Right? Yeah, it is not. It is nothing to do with the action. My action, whatever something, somebody's action could have done it too. Nothing my action.
Okay, so two things. When I was talking about unforeseen results of one's actions that happened yesterday, day before yesterday, last month, last year. Okay, something I did last 1 week ago. Suddenly something happened, and then I tell myself I should not have done that. That thing was wrong. So that all comes under the category of drishtam. But in general, unforeseen. accidents, things like that, unforeseen only it is. Yeah, that, because you can't make the connection between the cause and effect, it has to be the work of adrishtam. Correct. Two types of unforeseen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing was my understanding when we were studying Tattva Bodha, that prarabdha karma is something what I have accrued in this life from my birth. I didn't realize, at least, I mean, Tattva Bodha probably didn't describe like that. Sanchita karma is what is accumulated, as you said, bank account. Whereas prarabdha karma is something which has been accrued till now, and agami is yet to accrue.
Okay. So we need to clarify that. So accrued till now means beginning from when, if you say?
From my birth.
Beginning from the birth.
In this birth.
In this birth. Okay. So that is not correct. That's not the correct understanding of prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma is that portion of the sanchita karma which is now fructifying in my life. In the
to
form
begin
of
with, or continue
from day one to day last.
Oh.
That entire ball of wax of karma is called prarabdha karma. And then what is agami? Agami is a new karma I'm creating every day. New karma, new punya palam.
So does that mean then anything we do or what we have done so far, the results, be it punyam or papam, the adrishta balam, it doesn't fructify immediately. It goes back to Sanjita and to be fructified at a later date.
So that is gahana karmano gati. Okay. We don't know. The answer to your question is that we won't know.
Oh, okay.
Krishna says gahana karmano gati. You don't know. There is a law. Appreciate that there is a law. That's all. I can't tell you all the intricacies. There may be another shastram that talks about it also, but it's still intricate. And so that punya palam that I gained yesterday may have gone back to Sanchita, or it may be circling around to help me a few days later also. We don't know. And so, gahana karmano gatihi. After it goes to Sanchita, will it come back in this life and all? If you ask, so generally the whole
that depends. That depends. Yeah.
Prarabdha decides the overall nature of my life. A lot of things about our lives are fixed and given, right? So what type of body, parentage, everything is given. So that momentum is there. I appreciate that momentum. That I appreciate that life that I have. There are certain things about me that can't be changed at all, need not be changed. Some things should change, but they're not changing. All these issues are there. And so that whole package deal is prarabdha karma. That
sure,
thali,
some of them will.
That's the thali. If we go to India restaurant, you will ask, you can ask, kya khate hain aap? Dosha, idli, vada, etc. No, thali. Thali means what? You can't decide. Dosha, idli, you can decide what you want. Pongal and all this paratha, you can decide. But the minute you say thali, that's it, over. You get what they give you. You can't say, take out this payasam, make another payasam for me and all. You can't say all. Thali means that day's payasam is there, the kheer will be there. Then maybe rava kesari will be there. Something will be. That's it. It's all. That is thali. So the prarabdha karma is the thali that we come with. Yeah.
Because some of them, any karma or something which happened to us fructify right away, right? I mean, or very soon. So obviously there will be something which comes in the immediately, but not everything may not happen. Yeah, I think I understand.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Mahesh. Ramuji.
Yesterday, incidentally, in the context of the one man escaping the Ahmedabad air crash, one man has written, Mr. Vijay Hashya has written in the Times of India, speaking column, about this Drishtapala miracles. He says miracles are beyond casuality and human knowledge. And he says, I'll just read that one line.
Yeah, it probably not casuality, but causality.
Sorry, causality. I pronounced it wrong. Sorry. This point is in accordance with the traditional Hinduism, which views the universe not as a closed mechanical system, but as an expression of Brahman, the ultimate reality. Naturally, the will of the Supreme Principle can interrupt ordinary causality to produce what we call chamatkar, an improbable event. Therefore, surviving a serious accident is a blessing in the ordinary sense. Just incidentally, I just remembered that. So I saw that.
So, I mean, I saw another write-up on that. Write-up means somebody wrote a social media influencer. She had said, this Ahmedabad accident reminds us that when it's time to go, it's time to go. Like that she had said. Just simple statement. And so use the moment that we have properly. That's the implication there, you know. And so we have to be careful. When you say it's a blessing to be alive, correct? But yeah, so the sooner we appreciate that every moment of our life is a blessing, the better off we'll be, correct? Then we'll start judging ourselves otherwise. If the good things happen, it's a blessing. What about if not so good things happen? Not a blessing or what? Well, blessing is also a mithya, and so I better wake up to the reality, you know. So it's tough, very sad to see such an accident. We can more easily accept death, which are natural deaths, we can accept. But something like this, which should not have happened, right? So that's what bothers us a lot.
Now they have come out with the theory of that Turkish Erdogan daughter's company manipulating because they're in the
right.
So this Sanchita Karma is the bag we come with when we are born, right?
Okay, you can say that. You can say that.
Okay. See, our elders also, when something happens, something bad happens, they always say, enna pandrathu the prarabdha karma. They don't say Sanchita Karma. I mean, they know the word also, but I've always heard my elders say, enna pandrathu prarabdha karma. That means it's prarabdha karma phalam. I mean, as you said, karma and karma phala sort of interchangeable, like, yeah. So the elders say, but they never say Sanchita Karma. என்ன பண்றது பிராரப்த கர்மம் அப்படி சொல்லுவா.
No, what they're saying is correct. See, what they're saying is correct. Sanchita karma is the amount sitting in the bank.
Okay.
Which is of no use to me. The amount in the bank is not useful until I use it. Until then, it is only gathering interest or whatever. It is just sitting there. Sitting money is of no use to anybody. We think it will be of use for me later. That is why I kept the money in the bank. Okay. So that what they are saying is correct. They are not talking about Sanchita karma. They are talking about the karma that is unfolding now, which is why I am doing this. I have already experienced a palam. I have already experienced it. That is happening. So that part of the Sanchita karma, which has started unfolding from the day of my birth, and they are referring to that only.
So that is
because they're not concerned about Sanchita. Because they're not concerned about Sanchita. Because it's sitting there in the bank. Later on, another Janma only, it will come and affect me. So I'm not worried about that. I'm only worried about this life.
So the karma phalam is prarabdham. It has started.
Correct.
Arabdham.
Correct. So prak arabdham means just before starting, whatever karma phalam decided, now it's time for us to begin activating. The karma that got activated just before birth is called prarabdha karma, which creates the birth, etc. It's called prarabdham. Pragarabdham.
Pragarabdham. So, So
That
that
is very-
prarabdha decides what all you are going to experience in this life.
Correct.
Oh.
Absolutely.
So when you are born, along with that, though the Sanchita karma is there, this is what you are clutching in your hand and coming.
Correct.
And one by one you are opening. I mean, it is opening, and one by one the coin falls and you are using it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Actually, in the Tamil, இப்போ சொல்றா கலியுகத்துல கை மேல பலன். They say in this yogam, whatever you do, you get the palan immediately. Karma palam. There is also பெரியவா சொல்லுவா கலியுகத்துல கை மேல பலன். I don't know. Whatever it is.
That means in Kali Yuga, our vision has become like this. And so, matlabi ho gaye hum sab. We all become matlabi. What is in it for me? What is in it for me means, what is in it for me means it's all drishtapalam only. I must be able to see what I get. Okay. Sanchita and all, worry about Sanchita. What is in it for me now?
Tamil they say, no, நான் உங்காத்துக்கு வந்தா நீ எனக்கு என்ன தர, நீ எங்காத்துக்கு வந்தா நீ எனக்கு என்ன கொண்டு வர. When I come to your house, what will you give me? When you come to my house, what will you get for me? We are so matlabi.
Yeah.
So when he spoke about that man who escaped, there was also a girl who got stuck in the traffic and she missed the flight. So that girl also is in the same this thing, like that person who escaped from the flight. I mean, both are the same phenomenon, I think. Okay, thank you.
It's like those people who were fretting and fuming in traffic. Who were fretting and fuming in the New York traffic, and who are going to work. We're going to work at the World Trade Center.
9/11.
And then right in front of their eyes, this thing happens. Now tell me, will they be fretting and fuming after that? So that's what happens. That's why we tell you, we have to keep Ishvara Bhagavan in our mind all the time. Correct? Because I have no idea I don't know. I don't have the basis to judge anything. I think I know everything, but really speaking, I know nothing really. So anyway, I think we understand that. Shanti, go ahead.
Hari Om, Guruji. I have a question, Guruji. The charity the parents do, the charity our parents, our in-laws, they have done, all these blessings will follow the next generation or what? Because they say everything happens as per prarabdha. So will the blessings be passed on? Whatever benefit, will it be extended to the next generation?
Next generation means will the punyam of the people before us, who lived before us, pass on to the people who are coming after them, their generations, their younger generation, their descendants.
Yeah, descendants, exactly.
That is the question.
Yeah.
So it's like this. Karma phalam has to accrue to the karta. Karma, action produces result. Who did the action? I did the action. Oh, I did the action? Are you sure? Because God has to decide where the karma phalam has to go, right? How will God decide where karma phalam goes? He has to look for who is the karta. Who did the karma? I did the karma. Okay. If you did the karma, you are the karta. You are the account holder. So the karma phalam has to go where? To the account holder only. To the account holder only it has to go. My Aadhaar card number is there and you go to my account. All right. This is the basic. First, this is basic. Then, but there is also the statement that, oh, I am here because of all the punya karma done by my parents and grandparents and great-grandparents and so forth. When we say that, we should not take it literally. Because my punyam cannot go to anybody else. It can't even go to my children. Because they already gone to Karta's account. We just said it went to the Karta's account. Then how can suddenly, unless I transfer some money, how do you transfer money? Well, the only way to transfer money is by doing an act of good. When I give the good education to my children, the punya is getting transferred. Prarabdha karma punya, the child doesn't realize that the punyam that I gained is enabling me to have some wealth, which is now I can bequeath to my children, and without the children's knowledge, they are getting great education in top schools. And the child is a genius. Whose karma is this? Not my karma. Child is a genius because of child's karma. Understand now?
Yes, yes, Guruji. Yes.
Child genius is not due to me. Oh, my child is a genius. Hey, your child is a genius is your child's earning, not your earning.
Yeah.
We can only pat your child, not you. Child has come through you. Some karma you have done, and the child has to be born through you. That's about it, maximum. And so then the parent has to say no. That is that. But the mature parent will say no. That is his karma. He's earned it, and you acknowledge him. And I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with that because I didn't decide I wanted to have a genius child like this. Nobody can claim like that. Therefore, we have to be clear about all these things. And so in general, therefore, that transferring has to come willfully through certain actions. Then the punya gets transferred. I want to give them good health. So I will cook good food for my children. It is now the punyam of the child is somehow manifesting as the parent who wants to do good to the child and who knows all the good foods, because there are parents who don't know what to eat and when to eat and how to eat. But this child has a parent who knows all this. That is punya of this child working through the father and mother. So, therefore, it's just a saying that says, my forefathers have done a lot of good. That is why I'm like this. If we say, it is a true statement only. It is true in the sense, because of their sacrifices, my life is good today. But it doesn't mean their punya karma has come to me. Their punya karma has come to me through their own actions, and their actions have changed my life.
Okay. Good.
They have spent their own punyam for my sake through their actions. They could have lived a jolly life. Instead, they struggled, and then wrote a will, and then they see a big amount in the will.
Correct.
Or there is fireworks at home and massive fireworks. This also happens all the time. What happened? You had all this wealth, so many acres of land. What happened, Dad? Where is it? You said you had a big village and so many these things and all that. Nothing is there. What happened? I wrote it all to the HRCE. This kind of things we have done. And it's all gone to the government. Once it goes to the government, it is not yours. All gone. Anyway, so this is the idea between how this karma works.
Thank you.
So despite the best intentions of our forefathers, they cannot write off their punya karma to us. They can write their wealth to us, but they can't write their punya karma to us. All my punyam I want to give to the younger generation. Very nice. Good talk it is. It's all good talk.
But can that happen, Guruji? Because I remember my amma telling when my father was very sick when young. My mama told, I am giving all my punyam to my Atimbar. Can all those things happen? That one stuck to my mind, but I don't know what it meant and all this.
No, you have to take it as symbolic. It means I'm ready to do what it takes. I'm ready to do what it takes to help that person. That is correct. That is within your hands to do all that. We are all doing that. Parents do that all the time. I'm ready to give. And there is a point where the parent says, no, I can't do anymore also. That also parents do. And so that is how the punya karma gets transferred. But there is no other kind of transfer. And it's just a beautiful saying. That's all it is. So beautiful to hear. I will help you. I will give up my life for your sake, somebody says. That's what they're saying. So they mean well. They mean very well for you. That's what it is. That itself is a big punyam.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Savana, go ahead.
Guruji, just now Ramuji was talking about the Ahmedabad accident, and despite all the checks and balances in place, this accident has happened. And the unfortunate part was the innocent students studying there also, they also became victims of this accident. So this huge accident of everybody being in one place and, dying, is it to do with the combined energies of positive energies and negative energies? And if the negative energies are stronger or bigger than the positive energies, these things happen?
Yeah. So we convert the word energy into karma. Karma is the energy for us, right? So energy is an English word which has many meanings, but it does not convey what the word karma conveys. Okay? So we will stick with that word karma. Now, correct. So that event, that accident, see, one person dying at home somewhere. Okay? Many people are passing away today, right? At any given moment, many people are passing away. And so all parts of the world. Plus, many animals are passing away, many aquatic creatures are passing away, many bacteria are passing away in the air. So many things are passing away. But many pieces, but they're all independent, apparently independent and different, unrelated. But now this is a particular event where unrelated people have somehow become related just by virtue of being in that one aircraft and passed away at the same time. So it is all a result of karma only, no doubt about that. Karma is at work. Result of karma, I won't say. Karma at work. Karma is at work all the time. Here also it is at work. And that they all should die together at the same time is all such a, it's very, what do you call it? It's very scary when you think about it, that all of them should have a karma which should align at this particular time, that they all should pass away at the same time. On top of that, there is a bunch of students who have done nothing. They are all studying and they have nothing to do with aircrafts or airports or anything like that. And they have never traveled in an aircraft also, who knows? And now they are all passing away at the same time as these other people have passed away. That means all their karmas have one thing in common. What is that one thing in common? They are intersecting at this point. At this point, this particular life has to go. At this event, at this place, at this time, all the lives have to go. That is the only common thing in their karmas. Okay, that's how the karma works.
It's also bizarre, isn't it?
That's what bizarre. That's what I use the word strange, scary. That bizarre is what I wanted to use the word bizarre. Bizarre means what? That's it. That's bizarre. It is all independent. All our karmas are all independent. And we don't know who's going to go first or come first. Nothing is known. We're all independent. But in that event, all of them came together. See, I'll tell you one more thing. So many flights have happened. And people's karmas are coming together. That all these unknown people have to be together in an enclosed room. We are all hundreds and thousands of miles apart. But during those 2 hours, they have to be together. That's all karma only, no? And totally unknown people. And then in that, among the unknown people, you meet somebody, oh, Geeta, how are you? It's been so long. Where are you? All this, that also is part of the karma only. You met your friend from 50 years back. Okay, everything happens. That 2 hours, they're all together. Then after the 2 hours, they all depart. They all go to their respective places. This is also karma at work only. It's all karma at work. Why I'm saying this? Because we are invoking karma to explain an accident. But I'm saying we should invoke karma even when there is no accident. When things work smoothly also, we should invoke karma. And that Ishvara is called karma phala data, because that's what he can do. He cannot randomly give out karma phalam. He can't do it. And so karma phala data is working all the time. Therefore, if I was able to fly or drive or whatever, they say, in fact, they say aircraft is one of the safest travel modes and all, they say. I think that's probably true. And the road and all that is more dangerous than, quote unquote, dangerous, right, than air travel. That could be true. And so they say the minute you step out, they say, you know what they say? Within the first 3 miles of your home, the accident takes place. That is the time when the people make mistakes, most of the mistakes. This US automobile industry, they do all this research, and the insurance companies and all, they use all this data.
Yes, crossing the road itself is the main accident happens.
Yeah, local, crossing the road and all. They say people who have red cars, red vehicles, the insurance is high. Why? Because they are the ones that are involved in most accidents. Like that, they have all this data, statistics and all.
Then you are in autopilot.
Huh?
Then you are in autopilot after the 3 miles.
Oh, after 3 miles, autopilot.
So, I mean, you're already set, so you are going in an autopilot. So less it will be, the accidents. And
then Google's driverless car will come, and then that hopefully that is safer, right? It must be safer, I suppose. So karma is at work all the time, Shravanaji. Karma is at work all the time. Every minute it's at work. Even at this minute, it's working for you and working for me. We have to better accept, will not just believe it, but understand it as it is. It's happening. There's no guarantee. Yeah. So, correct. It is bizarre. So back to your point, it is bizarre. But it is bizarre only because I've not paid any attention to it. If I had been paying attention to it on a daily basis, it won't be that bizarre. Because finally it is loss of lives, it's very sad. It's easy to sit and write a commentary about all these things. That's also not correct, When people's lives are lost and they're struggling, and so many people, their lives are all shattered as we speak. It's so many 250 or 300 people, but it just radiates, the pain radiates all over. And how long it takes for the pain to go. And so we have to be very prayerful. The day has to start with prayer.
It subsists for generations and generations.
Yeah.
How does one handle such pain? See, the set of people who passed away, I'm not directly related. I don't know them at all. But when I hear of such things, whether it's Pahalgam or this, whether it's targeted terrorism or it is such accidents, bizarre accidents, we feel certain pain. So how does one handle the pain? We accept it as some bizarre incident and get on with our lives? Or how do we look at it?
Correct. So handling pain is important. And whether it is pain caused by this kind of an accident, a general pain, or pain caused by people related to us, closely related to us. General pain handling is through prayer, prarthana. You make a time and say, the next 15 minutes, I'm going to dedicate to all the people who passed away and who are suffering right this moment. I can do that. Prayer is an action. Please keep that in mind. Underline that statement. Prayer is an action. And every action has to have a result. Action means result is waiting to happen. So prayer is a positive action. It's a required action by all of us. And we pray. And we consciously think of all these people, victims, and I offer my prarthana to my Ishta Devata, whether it is Ganesha or Shiva, it doesn't matter, or Subramanya, Ishta Devata, offer the prayer to Sri Rama and say, I'm going to chant some mantras, and before I chant, I'm going to make a sankalpa. Sankalpa is what? I'm dedicating the next 15 minutes by chanting this Lalita Sahasranama Stotram or any other stotra for the well-being of the families of the bereaved, of the departed. That is a solid action. It is such a powerful action. It will have a powerful result. And what will be the powerful result? The powerful result is exactly what you wanted. You've done a sankalpa. You prayed for the result, and the result will happen. It will happen. The result will get passed down to the people who need that prayer, who need our prayers. Otherwise, they'll be suffering by themselves. You're saying, no, you're not alone. I'm here with you. I'm making a statement, bold statement I'm making in front of Bhagavan. And the law of karma, I want the law of karma to work in their favor. This has to be done by all of us. We have to take that moment. Otherwise, we will simply suffer, and they will also suffer. And suffering goes through its own process. And after some time, suffering has to, and the pain also reduces after some time. They say time heals and all that. Time heals. Fortunately, time heals. And so, but that action is required. That action is required. That's why when we send a condolence message, we say, I pray that these things happen. I pray that the people who have passed away gain a better place at God's feet.
Satgati.
And Sadgati, and those who are survivors, the survivors, let God come and help them. Give them the solace that is needed. Let them get the right amount of help. Emotional and physical help, both are needed. Let them get it. Let the government not put spokes, and let the help come immediately. Whatever help is needed. That's our prayer.
Here we should not be judgmental, saying that, okay, maybe they deserved it, they did not deserve it. We just pray, because we do not know how they are good people or bad people.
Correct. So we have no basis for judgment, really speaking. To make a judgment, we need facts. And we don't know anything. We know nothing, really speaking. Karma is a way of understanding what is happening, but not used to make judgments. Who am I to judge about those people? Tomorrow, then somebody else will judge about me then. And what is, then that becomes wrong and this becomes right? No, you can't say that. And so, karma is a shock absorber. Please understand that. Karma is a shock absorber. Best shock absorber a human being has is karma. And karma makes me responsible, makes me very responsible, because my actions are going to radiate. The results of my actions will radiate. I don't know how they are going to radiate. And a benevolent action I do, it's going to have its effects. Like I throw a stone in the calm waters, the effects will radiate. Like that, every action of mine, however small or big, going to have its impacts. And therefore, I will be responsible. I'll be more responsible than I was until now. Those are all ways in which I change myself. And so we're all connected. The whole cosmos is connected. We're all connected. That accident tells me we're all connected. We're all connected. We all had to pass away at the same moment, correct? That means look at the connection. What a connection it is. Unforeseen connection. We never thought that would happen. It happened. We thought my family is this 5 of us, 6 of us, 10 of us, 20 of us, 30 of us. That is my family. No. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Okay. A very important idea. Modern Narendra Modi, all politicians quote. But just because politicians quote doesn't mean it's a vacuous statement. It is a true statement. Whether they believe it or not, I don't know. But it is a true statement. You know the actual sloka it comes? Actual sloka is
I am Nijaha
Paroveti Ganana Laguchetasam. I am Nijaha Paroveti. Parova iti. This is me, that is you. I am this, you are different from me. Iti ganana laguchetasam. This is the way people of dull intellect, people who don't know about life, count themselves and count everybody else. Think of themselves and others. This is me and my family, that is not you. That you are different. It is the way, this laguchetasam, this kind of a lowly mind thinks like that. Then what about other people? Udara charitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Udara charitanam, people who know what's about Udara charita, who have a background, they are coming from a background that is of thinkers, and they are now thinkers themselves in this life, and they know what is what. They know karma. They know this whole cosmos is connected. It is nothing is really separate from me. I have a body, I have a mind. Why the mind is given? Mind is given for me to understand the cosmos, my connection with the cosmos. Otherwise, what is the difference between this human mind and the animal mind? There's no difference. The people who know all this, Udara Charitanam tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. For them, the whole world is one family. Whole world means whole universe is one family. So this kind of thinking when you have, I'm telling you, suddenly ahimsa and all becomes very important. All this vegetarianism and all we talk about didn't come just like that. Some option. Oh, option. Would you like to have duck or would you like to have dosa? Both are 4-letter words. Both are 4-letter words. But I tell you one thing: eating a duck and eating a dosa are two different ball games altogether. Why? Udara charita nam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. When a person, because I cannot eat my own family member, correct? No, can't eat. Therefore, how can I have a duck? That's how vegetarianism has come about. So anyway, so this thinking is just, the more you get into it, the more you begin, things fall into their places. And I begin to really connect with everything. And so
does
suddenly,
it make us also very sensitive to that, to everything that's happening?
Absolutely correct. 100% correct. The wise person is sensitive to everything that happens. Sensitive doesn't mean, sensitive means awareness, not becoming weak because of that. No, that is also one implication of sensitivity. But here, that sensitivity we are talking about is knowledge of everything, awareness of what's what. I see the connections that people don't see. That is how. That is why you become sensitive. That is why you don't ignore things just like that. You will ignore things also, and you will not ignore things also. It's the play, that whole play. If you and I can see, then we say we are all blessed. Bhagavan has blessed us. And Mirabai says, okay, Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. That's what she means. I see it all happening. I see order in everything, and I see Bhagavan in that order. Rama, Sri Ram, you are that order. You are the very order. And therefore, I am in order. And therefore, Sri Rama is in me. Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. Therefore, Rama is in my heart. Arjuna, Anjaneya can say, Sri Rama is in my heart. Sita is in my heart. Means what? I know it all. I know the order. And therefore, you are the one who made me see it. If you say, then I can do namaskar to that person. You are the one who made me see it. Guru Gobind do khade kake lago pai. What a shloka it is. Kabir Das. Vah. As children, we used to learn this. Our Hindi teacher used to teach me all these things. And I didn't understand the significance of all that. Anyway, so I think we have to see the connections. And so that's why a Shastram helps us a lot in this matter. But yeah, so back to the Ahmedabad crash. It is, we do pray that everybody is helped in some known and unknown ways. They're all helped.
you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah. Veera Narayana.
So Guruji, only, I mean, if Prarabdha was an action for all those people involved in the Ahmedabad crash, then the aircraft is incidental. Correct? Is that right to say?
Yeah, you can say that. It was an instrument through which this had to happen. That is also part of the Prarabdha. Prarabdha is, everything is included in each person's Prarabdha. Sitting in this aircraft is part of that Prarabdha. And the way all these people did and created all these problems, and they are now discovering all problems, etc. A chronic problem with Tata, if you say, it's all Prarabdha, it's happened. But Prarabdha has to be corrected also. Free will is there to correct all these things. And so, in inappropriate use of free will by whoever. So that is, so in a way, is it a crime committed or not? If somebody says, what will you do? I don't know. Depends on investigation and this and that. Motive, intent, all these things are there. But yeah.
Improper use of free will, Guruji, sorry to interrupt. Improper use of free will. Again, it's a subjective matter.
Subjective matter, you said?
Yeah. As in, I think my free will, how I used it is correct, but it may not be according to your view.
Correct. Correct. So that's why this right wrong is a very important thing that we always spend time on. And sometimes right wrong is obvious. Sometimes it is not obvious at all. Sometimes we always spend time thinking about this. Greater good, personal good. For personal good, I must do this. For greater good, I must not do this. I must do something else. This is happening all the time. Happening all the time. And so we have to keep this greater good in mind all the time. And Shastram helps us. Panchamaha Yajna and all is there. Because we are connected to the Devatas, we are connected to, through the family, we are connected to so many things. And so there is a time when we are focused on the family, there's a time when we grow out of family and think of the whole. That's why ashrama dharma is very important. Grahastha is there, brahmachari grahastha, vanaprastha means growing out of grahastha ashrama, growing out of family. I am no longer obsessed with my family. My family, my people means what? Everybody is your people. Am I ever going to think like that or not? So, and therefore free will, you said, what was your specific question?
Free will is like, is it subjective? Because as per me, I'm using my free will correctly.
Yeah. So, right, wrong. That's why this right, wrong. To remove the subjectivity from all this. Subjectivity means there is very little objectivity. That is what is subjectivity. And so I strive to be objective. Okay. And the only way to be objective is to begin thinking. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is important. Then only I'll think of the whole. Otherwise, I'm only going to think about I, me, and myself. I, me, myself. I heard that once. I was very impressed by that. I, me, myself. Yeah, that's good. And so this I, me, myself idea has to go. And I, me, myself means subjective. More and more I think of people beyond me, then I become objective. And so right, wrong. What is right, wrong? What was right, wrong for me yesterday? What was right for me yesterday, today could be wrong also. You know, I say, mother, I should not have done that. Why? Because suddenly my mind has expanded. And my idea of the right wrong itself has changed because of that. And so right wrong is always, it's not cast in stone, Shravanaji, as you know. It's always interpreted. Dharma is always interpreted. Always interpreted. Always. No action can be categorically said as right or wrong. No action. Categorically, you cannot say. You can't say giving money to somebody is correct or wrong. Giving money to somebody who does not have money is right or wrong? So there's more specific. Then you don't know. You have to ask more questions. You have to ask more questions. What do you mean by that somebody who does not have money? Tell me more about that person. All these questions will come about. Is killing, what do you call that? Capital punishment. Is it right or wrong? All these questions come. They are good questions to ask and think about, ponder about. So we're not going to that now, but right and wrong is always interpreted. And so the more I think about the whole, the less subjective I will be. That's the only way to reduce subjectivity. The more Ishvara I bring into my life, the less subjective I will be. Because Ishvara means order, objectivity. And we are going to see that. We're going to see that.
So Guruji,
Thank you.
I was just thinking in terms of Sushupti, when we wake up, we know that everything is in the unmanifest form in Sushupti. And we know there is a kind of, we think that there is a kind of duality, that I, which is complete bliss, and then there is an unmanifest which manifests as the world when we wake up. So it is that unmanifest is is there a differentiation between Vyashti and Samashti there? Because I feel that when it's the Ahankara is a part of that which manifests, the Ahankara also manifests, right? So Mithyatvam is, Ahankara is a part of Mithya. And then I feel there is no differentiation there. It's the Ahankara which makes your individual mind, and you see things as. So it is, so maybe that's the reason it justifies, like, I and you, what manifests after you wake up is the cause for all the confusion. But in Sushupti itself, it's very obvious that the Mithya, what we call, is the Jagat itself. So I create my world when I wake up. So what I was trying to understand is this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam also, you're not, it is also Mithya only, but then Satyam is, that's why probably Anyatra Dharmat and Anyatra Dharmat, it falls under that Mithya only, maybe.
Right, of course. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is not a Mahavakya. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is an answer to the question, how do I deal with pain?
Yeah.
How do I deal with pain? I will be more in pain if I'm a I, me, myself guy. Then that person is going to have pain all the time. All the time pain, because I'm hitting against myself all the time, hitting against everybody all the time. And everybody is different than me, and therefore I am going to have conflict all the time. But Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, if you say, my decisions are going to be different, the way I do things are different, what I do is different, what I pursue is different, how I pursue things are going to be different, with the whole in mind. So that's the answer to that question.
So it's one step closer to yourself. So that is the reason it's conflict free.
Correct. Then Chitta Shuddhi is guaranteed. Then Vedanta is a cakewalk after that.
Yeah, so I was just trying to understand this Ankara itself, we haven't thought about it, at least I, so much that when you learn these things, it's like it's a part, it's becoming clearer that the I which comes up also is coming from Mithya, so it's a Shakti, that's why we call it a Shakti, and I claim it to be me, so I am trying to find where is this I which is claiming to be me, because there it has no place at all, it looks like it's not there.
Paramesha Shakti.
If everything is Shakti and the I, the real I, the Chit consciousness, whatever we call, is there. That's the only. It has to be there now also. It cannot be, but I don't realize when I wake up. So maybe that's the reason they say it's like you are still sleeping in your waking up state.
Yeah.
So I don't know from where that it keeps coming. It's such a false thing you start understanding.
I had read somewhere that moment you wake up from deep sleep, the first dress that you wear is the I dress. Then the next dress you wear is the mind dress.
So, but
Yeah.
I was,
So you're forced to assume. You're forced to assume an identity.
yeah, but I
You're
was.
forced.
My question is not beyond that. Where is the I which is assuming the dress? That's what I am thinking.
There is no I. Really speaking, there's no I. But but then the thought is there, and I'm forced to. I am forced to means what? Mind is there. Mind is given. Mind is given. Mind will think of so many things, and that survivor, that jiva, that jiva as an identity. Jiva is born. The jiva is born, and there's no confusion. The parents are not confused about where my child is. My child, I know where it is, and so their specific identity is there. And of course, that question, who is it that is confused if you ask? You tell me who is it that is suffering, and that person is confused. Somebody says, I'm going through happiness and joy. I mean, happiness and sorrow. If you say, then that I only. You only said you went through all these things. That you only.
But if there is no I, there is no Vyavahara.
There's no ahankara, there's no vyavahara.
So the only state you can be in when you're alive is Sushupti.
No. It's not like that. If there is no vyavahara, that is a correct statement.
Yeah.
But vyavahara happens because ahankara is there. Transactions happen because there is an entity that says, I want to transact. I'm not happy now. I want to be happy. Okay, that's it. I is established. I is established. It doesn't matter who the I is. I is sad. I'm sad. That's it. I'm sad. I want to be happy. Over. Life starts. Life journey starts. Unending journey.
So what I meant was, if there was no I, moment you wake up, then the fact that I am hungry, I want to eat, all those vanish. Then you can't exist.
No, I feel, Guruji, that the I, it is not the discussion is not to negate. It's not possible to negate I. When there is experience, it's difficult to understand the being. And when there is being, the experience is unmanifest. So to understand that it's not an experience, we have to experience through I.
The understanding that experience
and being is
two different things. Being is Satyam, experience is Mithya, if I understand. Then I got it. I am the being. I'm not an experience.
Yeah.
I'm being.
Yeah, it's not to negate ahankara. It is basically.
It negates ahankara as Satyam. If you think ahankara is Satyam, that is negated.
Yeah.
That idea is negated. But that entity continues to be.
Yeah. Because in Sushupti, there's no way I can know myself because ahankara is it's unmanifest, and and being cannot be experienced for two reasons. So in Sushupti, you can't experience what you are. And when you experience, when you wake up, when everything manifests, ahankara is there. So obviously, I say I experience, so being cannot be experienced. So these are, I think, that's the way I think probably Sushupti can be understood.
Yeah, so Sushupti is good because that ahankara is missing. Missing in the waking, the ahankara that I knew when I was awake is missing there, as though missing.
Yeah.
Not available for transactions. And therefore, I can appreciate that ahankara also is mithya. Oh my God, ahankara also is coming and going.
Yeah.
Therefore, who am I? Question should strike us as important.
Yeah.
But ahankara itself is the moment you basically Sushupti is bliss. How it is bliss is because all limitations are gone and there is no samsara. Now, the moment you get up with Vyakta, then there has to be I because the mind has the capacity to reflect that pure consciousness. And that's how you come into the Vyavaharika world. There has to be I, right? So where it starts, like Narayanji is talking about, the most subtlest part, probably it starts from there. And that's Ahankara or the intellect, wherever it is. That is the most subtlest. That's where it starts, and I has to be there. But in Shushupti, I should not be there because all limitations disappear and all samsara disappear. And that's how that there is no time, space, object limitations at all. So that's where the bliss comes into picture.
So I was also trying to understand the mind could be creating, mind is the one which is creating limitations. So that's the tool which is creating limitations and
That is only when you come out of Sushupti. The moment you are in Sushupti, mind is not there, it's gone.
That's why they said Vyashti Samashti is not there.
Yeah.
That is fine.
So
what you said, Prasad, is correct. And
moment you say mind, then that limitation has already come. If this is mind, this is not mine.
Yeah, limited I onwards, all limitations will be automatic. Yeah. Anjula ji, you have a question?
Hari Om Guruji. I have all these accidents.
So we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
And unanswered question.
Your audio
Somebody
is,
has said the effect of Raketu and the numerology. Beautifully he explains. I have sent it in the now forward, which explains so beautifully the effect of Rahu Ketu on the numerology for this accident. I have sent it in the group.
Okay. Okay, so we'll look at it. We'll see that. Thank you, Manjula ji. Okay, Mamita ji, go ahead.
Yes, Guruji, I have a very simple question regarding this Ahmedabad accident. Like I keep hearing, like how you today we were all listening to your lecture regarding prarabdha, unka prarabdha tha, unka kya kar sakte hain. So what I was asking, like we cannot be judgmental कि उन्होंने क्या कर्म किया इसीलिए ऐसा हुआ. Can we from our side in a little way, can we start our day every day with सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः? Instead of thinking कल मेरा बेटा बोला था कि उसको प्रमोशन मिलना है, भगवान उसको जल्दी प्रमोशन मिल जाए आज. Instead of that, can we all start thinking the first as soon as we all get up, we say Sarve Bhavantu. So that is my question. So is that going to help? Because there is so much pain. You said we should keep praying, And will the Samuha Prarthana have an effect on if certain things happen, it will happen, but will the Samuha Prarthana help to lessen the pain in some way?
Yeah, it's a good question. Same thing. That's what I said earlier, which is that we pray when we say it is a Samaha Prarthana, because all of us are praying at the same time for the same thing. So that is a Samaha Prarthana. Samaha Prarthana is very, very powerful because it makes people join. Okay, I also want to join that group that is praying. Okay, and so more and more people come to it. It becomes a nucleus for more prayers. And number two, your point well taken, which is we have to be careful. It is their karma and therefore they died. Okay, this is judgment. Even though it is true technically, we have to be very careful. Every death is happening due to karma. Our parents' death also happened that way and so forth. So everybody's death is due to their karma only. And saying that statement when an accident like this happens is not good. Not good, because it is, even though it is technically correct, it appears like a judgment, as though you're like God. God came and said, oh, it's their karma, therefore they passed it. But that doesn't solve my problem. That doesn't, in fact, that increases my pain even more by saying it is karma. You come and tell me, it increases my pain even more by saying it is your karma, therefore it happened to you. That everybody knows. Don't tell me what people know. Right now, there is a pain. How can that pain be lessened? This is the question. So that is not the time to bring in karma and all that. Karma, the person themselves can say, the family can say it is our karma that this had to happen. They can tell it themselves, and that will reduce the pain quite a bit. This is my karma. So the karma is a shock absorber. When I said it is meant for those people, they can invoke Bhagavan in the form of karma phala data, and that will reduce the pain. Something we did in our past, something happened like that, they can tell. But it is not our job to tell all those things. Our job is to pray. This is it. Did you pray or not today? That is a question we all have to ask ourselves. Correct? That is the least we can do. And it is very good also to do. So Samo Prarthana is a must, and Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha is good. And if you want to focus it even more, you pray for the people affected by the accident. Survey, we will keep it for later. Survey will keep, because survey talks about everybody. But now I am focusing on those people. Therefore, keep your sankalpa for those people. Let your prayer be directed towards them. That way it is even more powerful. The result is even more powerful, focused on them. The result is not distributed to everybody. Yeah. So then you have to write your own sankalpa. I am in your own favorite language, you write. I'm going to chant the following shlokas for the next so many minutes to Ganesha, so that Ganesha will make sure that the pain in the hearts of all the survivors is lessened, and the people who have passed away are getting proper gati. Something that means well to you. You understand what you're writing, and you mean what you're writing, and then you offer the prarthana. Then that's an action which will have a result. Bhagavan cannot ignore that prayer. In other words, nobody can ignore it. Bhagavan cannot ignore it, and he has to act on it. So what you're saying is correct, Maumitaji.
Thank you, Guruji. You explained it so well. Thank you.
Prasad.
We have time, right, Jaykumarji?
Yeah, let's wind down. Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead. Let's hear your question.
Yeah, because I may forget, because of the statement which you had given, I just very quickly, I don't remember exactly, but this is the meaning, what I just noted down to ask you. Only with the support of the objects were we able to point out Brahman. So you said, I think, don't use the objects, right? Something like that. But here is my question, to have a deeper understanding from you. So upadhis are basically used to point out the witness consciousness, right? Now, if I don't use, if upadhis are not used, then language cannot be used to describe whatever in the realm of language, I would say. So, is it that you're saying that exclude? Is it the meaning of yours is exclude dream by waking up, rather than separating one by one the physical aspects of it, like the people in the dream, the objects in the dream, let me take it out and hence come to the dreamer, the dreaming mind. Rather, it should be like the knowledge, which is exclude the dream by waking up. That's the meaning you wanted to convey? Or because you said like the support of the objects to point out the Brahman, don't use those, because we always go that way, right? I mean, we use upadhis to point out the Brahman, or the consciousness or witness consciousness. You mentioned this sentence like that.
Yeah, so one by one, they're all individual entities in the dream. All objects in the dream are individual entities.
Mm-hmm.
All objects in the waking state are individual entities, or at least discrete entities as far as we are concerned. But to understand Sushupti, and dream and Jagrat, you don't have to do one by one.
I mean, pure consciousness. To come to the pure consciousness,
Right.
I'm not taking even the experiences of 3 states of experience, but we use the like speech of the speech, for example, if we take now our year of the year, when we talk about that type of thing, it's by that you go to, so it is reflected in the mind, and hence the speech through the parts of the body. And that's comes, actually it is coming from the, in other words, we say, though the self is unchanging, it is, in one sense, you can call it as karta, bhokta, vijnata, because it is by which I'm able to speak, by which I'm able to hear. So actually I'm using those objects, or the upadhis, to understand that actually in the reverse way. So when you say that the objects, sort of I'm getting the objects are to be dropped, because otherwise you would not really understand the witness consciousness or realize it.
Right, right. So yeah, that's what Kenopanishad says. Shrotrasya shrotram manaso manoyat vachoha vacham na sau pranasya pranaha. Like that.
Chakshusha chakshu atimucha.
So it says, yeah, you are hearing all right, you appreciate the sense of hearing, but that because of which hearing takes place, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. Okay, that is Brahma, which is also you. Like that Upanishad says there. So there it is using the sense organ, Shrotrasya Shrotram. One by one it goes. It is the ear of the ear. It is the eye of the eye. Okay, like that. Pranasya Pranaha.
Yeah.
So eye of the eye means what? If you say there is another eye behind this eye, E-Y-E-I. Let's use ear. Okay, ear is better, I think. There is another ear behind the ear, if you say. And if you take it literally, then what will happen? Then somebody will ask, tell me, show me the ear behind the ear, or which was behind the ear. Okay, like that they will ask. So that will become an infinite regression. So here directly points to that Nirgunam Brahma, consciousness, Satchitananda, because of which the ear exists, hearing exists, and even eventually we will see the objects also exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it is told by using examples like that, one by one. For each sense organ, it is told. One by one is the way we learn, even though finally it can be told all together also. But one by one is the way we understand.
Yeah, actually, I have the doubt on that also. Like when you say Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi Nedam Ediduma Upasate, you are actually including all the objects also into that, but you are still negating by saying Nedam Ediduma Upasate, right? Because when you say already this is Brahma, then why are you excluding that other part? So, like you said already, they were part of it already, the objects, everything. So,
yeah. So ask me the question in another context also. If it comes, you just ask the question.
Yeah.
It's an important topic for everybody to listen to.
Okay.
Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.